drives me insane when people do that. Like, yeah, and then you just do this, and then you get to this.
Uh, they're like, I messed up somewhere, but I know the answer. It should be this, and they're just like, write it down, and you're like, wait a second.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so we talked about Katie in gaming, right? So kills,
Oh yeah.
death ratio, right? Why it's important to start off strong rather than finish strong in a ratio type situation. And why is that?
So, for those of you that don't know, a kill death ratio is exactly what it sounds like, but it's how many kills you got divided by how many deaths you got, right?
Okay.
And this is for there's lots of video games out there that do this, like Call of Duty and Halo.
Oh, I was just gonna make that an exclamation mark.
And it's actually it's one of the it's one of the biggest terms out there that people or biggest I don't know indicators people use out there to prove how good they are at a video game. So
Yeah.
we'll take for example if we have 2 kills for every 1 death, right? Your KD is equal to 2, right?
Okay.
So that's pretty easy, right? But that's also the same as saying 500, right, divided by 250 is still equal to KD of 2.
Okay. So right now, just from those two ratios, uh, I can see that changing that first one would be a lot easier than changing that second one, right? It would each kill or death would influence it a lot more than each kill and death would the second one you wrote down,
Right. So like for
even
example,
though they're equivalent. Huh.
yeah. So for example, right, if in a game you got 2 kills and 1 death, right?
Right.
Which is a pretty slow moving game and I'd probably be bored out of my mind if that's how slow things were moving, but
Yes.
I'd probably be like a sniper out in the corner camping somewhere, just waiting for someone to come by.
You get your action, 2 kills,
Yeah.
1 death. The whole game, yeah.
But anyway, so if in one game, but the next game I get 3 in 1, right?
Right.
Then my KD for that game would equal um 3, right? Which is better.
Right.
I'm getting a little more brave. I'm getting out there. I'm killing a little more folks. I'm not quite as boring as I used to be. Um, but the thing is though, is in order if we want our KD total, it's actually going to be the average of the two of those together, right? Um,
Okay.
am I wrong in thinking that? I'm pretty sure that's right.
I think there's two ways. You can either add all of your kills and all of your
Right,
deaths and then do the same ratio, right? In
right.
that situation, it would be a
5 over
5
2,
over 2.
which gives you 2.5.
Um, yeah. And then if you were to just take the average of them, you would also get 5 over 2.
Yep, you're absolutely right. So the thing is that this second game, right? We did better, but our KD didn't go up that much. Um, and so the thing is that if I've been playing Halo, let's say Halo, because Halo is one of my go-to games. It's my main. So if I'm playing
Dude, kids these
Halo
days
and
don't
I
even know what
played
that is.
what?
I said kids these days don't even know what that is.
I know. It is probably the best first-person shooter multiplayer game out there. So if you haven't played, go take a look. Um, we are totally not, what's the word, getting paid to say that. So yeah, we're
Yeah, we're not sponsored.
no, we're not. We're far from it. But let's say that I got 1,000 deaths. Okay,
Okay.
and this is after I've been playing for a long time, and I started out pretty good. I had this, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, but then I got really risky, and after a long time playing, I'm to 1,000 deaths, and I'm only to like 700 kills, right?
Ooh.
Now I'm at point 0.7. Now this is bad because anyone that plays a lot of video games knows that if you have below a 1,
Yeah,
then
you're.
then you're bad because that means you're dying more than you're killing. So
Yep. So, Kip,
so
this is
yeah,
something that I was just thinking about. If you have a perfect player, right? Let's say they did 10 kills and they died 0 times. In the KD ratio, we would say that just equals 10. But in math,
it does not.
yeah.
It equals
So,
this, dude.
yeah, what's wrong with that?
Um, well, the thing is that you can't divide something by 0, right? Another way of thinking of division is how many times will something go into a number, right? So it's like 0
Right.
times, a number, question mark, equals 10, right? Well, we
Right.
know from math that 0 times anything is always going to equal what, Jaden?
0.
So, is it possible for something times 0 to ever equal 10?
Uh, not of my knowledge, no.
Not of mine either.
No.
And so you get this thing where it actually, because of that, it actually becomes something called undefined, right? So
Right.
your ratio in that game would actually go to essentially infinity. So
Right.
you'd be really
So
good.
that kind of is like taking a limit as something approaches 0, right? That's
Right.
how you could how you could get it to infinity, but
Right.
the situation a little different.
Yeah. So and for, mathematicians, they love that infinity thing. Um, but for the real world, it's uh, it doesn't exist, right? And so you're actually kind of cheated out of your KD when they do this a little bit because you actually 10 over 10, if you've got this is actually equal to 10 over 1.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so you could actually get one death and have the same as not getting any deaths, which is, they're cheating the system there.
Yeah, they are.
So always get your freebie death. You can always die
Yeah.
one time and no one will know. However, that will
That
affect
that's
your.
the difference between like pro gamers and like your high solo players, you know?
Yeah. The only thing that's different is it affects your kill streaks in Call of Duty. So,
Yeah.
anyways, back to
Cut.
this. So we got 700 kills and 1,000 deaths, right?
Right.
And but now I want to get this to become greater than 1, right? So I would have to,
You're gonna
uh,
have to make up a lot of ground.
yeah. So if I was to not die, right, I would have to get 300 kills without a single death, um, to get up to a 1. So you know, that's some serious killer gameplay right there.
That's
But
some sweaty gamer.
super sweaty, getting like 20 nukes in Call of Duty right there. But Um, one thing here, I'm going to a new page because we're running out of room here. But one thing
Yes.
that we could do is let's say that I have I want to figure out how long it's going to take. If I change my KD to a one, if I'm getting, let's say, you know, if my average is gonna per game is gonna be 10 to 7, right? So 10 kills for 7 deaths. That's how much better I've gotten, okay?
Okay.
And so we want to figure out how many games it's gonna take to get my KD from 700 over 1,000, which is equal to zero point 0.7, right? We want to get this to
Right.
be equal or greater than, um, yeah, 1, right?
Okay.
So Jaden, how would we do this? I think you got this one.
So you're asking how many games of this ratio we need?
Yeah, 10 kills to 7 deaths to get us to above 1.
Ooh, so what I would do first, I might change that to a decimal just to kind of see what, like, I guess what our KD actually is. Uh, 10 over 7, that looks like about 1.4, 1.43 about. Okay. So looking at that ratio, we need 1,430 over 1,430. All right, to equal 1.
Okay,
Okay. Uh, we start at 700. We need to add 730 to 700 to equal 1430. Right? Are you with
right.
me?
I'm a little confused, but we'll see how this goes.
Uh, I'm just I'm just thinking out loud, you know. Okay, so 700. What did I say? 730,
Huh?
and then that would be only 430.
Wait, where's the 730 coming from?
Because I started here, right?
Yeah.
700 plus 730 equals 1430, and then 1000 plus 430 equals 1430. Oh yeah, are you kind of
Okay.
with me
Okay.
now?
Yep. Yep. I'm getting there.
Okay, so that means I need 73 games because 10 times 73 equals 730. And obviously this is rounded, so that's just an estimate.
That's a good
How'd I
estimate.
do?
Um, I don't know. I think what you did works. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really confused how you got there, but that's the good thing about math is that you can do it in a lot of different ways.
I
Um,
was just jumping around
the
a
way
lot.
I would do it is I would actually write out an equation that says we've got 700 over 1,000, right?
Right.
And I would put plus x times 10 over 7
Well, that's just a little crazy.
equals 1. That's how I would probably go about solving this.
Okay, I agree. I agree.
Um,
Okay, let's finish your math here. So I'm gonna subtract 700 over 1,000 on both sides. Okay, and then I have 10 over 7x equals 300 over 1,000, or I can just call it 3/10.
Okay.
Okay. Then I can divide by 10 over 7, divide by 10 over 7. You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. So then x equals, let's see here,
That's 27 over 10, right? No,
21
over 100. Wait, Jaden, what
over
did we do?
100. What?
That's not right either. What?
Oh yeah, it'd be over 100.
There's no way that's right.
So, so we need to ask ourselves, what does x represent in this situation? um, that's the question we have for ourselves.
Oh, this isn't. Okay. I know why this is wrong. Um, because all this x is going to be doing is it's only going to be multiplying to the top, right? So it's going to keep that 7 on bottom the same this whole time. I knew it was too easy to do it that way. So, right, if we had x equals 2, then it would be 20 over 7, and we don't want that. We want it to become 20 over 14. So this is actually supposed to be to the x, not
Okay,
times x.
okay, that gets us a little bit different problem.
Which is,
Um, so let's go back. Beep, 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 beep.
and that's still not going to be right. That's still not
Uh,
right. Is it?
oh, hold up.
Okay, hold on. We need to go back to averages, I think. So we've got 700 and over 1,000, right? Plus, um, we got 10 over 7. So this is if we added one more game. I think your way of doing it makes more sense, even though I don't know what you did.
uh, let me.
Okay, so if we have, hold on, I think I'm getting somewhere. We gotta have a system of equations here. So we're gonna say x is equal to kills, y is equal to deaths.
Okay.
So we have 700 plus x, right?
Right.
Okay, and then we have 1,000 plus y, right? And this is equal to total death. This is equal to total um, kills, right? And then we want um, kills divided by deaths to equal 1, right? And this is how we got to do this. So we got to
Yeah.
substitute.
Yeah. Alex, should we go to a new page, transfer this, or we can just erase all this nonsense that we did?
Well, your nonsense actually might be right. I don't.
I don't know. We'll see. So we have
I have a question from Kelsey asking, why did we write 300 instead of 700? And I'm not sure what she's talking about. So I'm gonna.
Oh, I think she's talking about right here.
Hmm. Well, it's
It,
because we
I
have 1
subtract,
minus 700. So it's actually,
yeah,
that's the same as 1000 minus 700 over 1000 over 1000. And so you get 300 over 1000. Okay, let's
yes.
go to the next. Uh,
Okay. So you wrote
so I
a
wrote,
system of equations.
yeah, I wrote 700 plus x equals total kills, right? And then I have, except I think we're gonna have one too many
Yeah, we'll
variables.
have um
1000 plus y equals, except we've got a
okay.
ratio between x and y, so we've got our 3 equations. Um, kills. Dude, this is complicated.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
equals
bet.
1. Okay, and then so then we have x over y is equal to um, 10 over 7, like that, right?
Okay.
So let's say that um, so we know that our kills in this case are going to be equal to our deaths, right? If we multiply both sides by kills and deaths.
Yes. So that means we can just change our these to the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we can just call both of those deaths or kills.
All right, so we've got 700 plus x, and we can set this equal to, so we've got 700, or so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set
Equals
deaths and kills equal
1000
to each
plus
other,
y. Yeah.
plus y. Okay, and then from there, what we have to do is we need to solve for y or x using this equation right here, right? So which one do you want to solve for, x or y?
Um, doesn't matter to me. Let's do X because that's alphabetically first.
Okay, so x equals 10y over 7. So we can plug that in for x. So we get 700 plus 10y over 7 equals 1000 plus y, right?
Right.
And then we subtract 700 from both sides, so we get 10y over 7 equals 300 plus y. You want to take it from here?
Yeah, then we want the variables on one side, so we subtract y. Um, this we have 10 sevenths minus 10 7 sevenths, so we'd have you get 3/7 y equals 300. And now we can divide by 3/7. So
Wait,
y,
let's, for those that might be a little confused, because we had that one question asking why, we wrote 300. Where did you get 3/7 from?
so if I write a variable here when I subtract the y, it is a 1. And then I just did some math in my head. A 1 is equivalent to 7 over 7. So I
Okay.
subtract 7 over 7's y.
So that doesn't equal 3 over 0?
No. When you're subtracting with fractions, you just subtract the numerators, not the denominators.
Got it.
You need the same denominator to be able to deal with adding and subtracting with fractions, though.
Got it.
Got it? Okay. So now we're dividing by 3 over 7. It's off the page. Divide by 3 over 7. It's off the page. So 300, 300 divided by 3/7 equals 700. So, Kip,
So that's
oh,
700. Hey, I took a. Yeah. Okay, so we've
sorry,
got
sorry.
700 deaths, but we wanted to know um, the total number of games that we were going to need to play, right? Which isn't that hard. So we solved for y, right?
Right.
And so now
So
what
now
we've
just
got,
plug
we've
it
got
in.
x over, let's see.
We can plug it in there or over there.
Yeah, but we need to figure out how many
Uh,
games, right? So that gives us our, we're almost there. No, it's not as complicated as you think, I promise, right?
no, I'm just laughing because it's just like,
We got x over 700 equals 10 over 7. So that means that x would have to equal 1000. Is that right? I think so. So another way to look at it is how many games would we have to play?
yeah,
We'd have to play 100 games, right? Because we need our,
yep,
so our kills need to go from, if we get 10 kills in one game, right? And or if we look at our deaths, if we get 700 deaths, or not 700, whoops, 7 deaths in one game,
yep,
and then we need to know how many deaths would it take to equal question mark
700.
death over 700. So we'd get we need 100 games. Woo!
Solved.
Yeah, dude, solved.
Bingo.
And it's also very
Okay.
mathematical. So, this is why, kids, when you sit there and say in your high school math class, when am I ever going to use systems of equations? Well, you can use it if you ever wanted to figure out how long you would have to play Call of Duty or Fortnite or whatever to bring up your KD ratio.
Yes. Whew. That was a lot harder than it needed to be, Kip.
Yeah, I'm sure there is a much easier way to do this. But
Okay. Um, that was funny though. That was fun.